So, good morning, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans, literally all over this world. And it's a weekend segment, even though I said yesterday, which is Friday, if you're watching just yesterday, I said I'm going to give you a break or give myself a break. No, we're going to continue the segment right through the weekend as well, maybe before the match against Watford. So again, we're going to give you some more breaking news, not breaking news, but it's some newsworthy stuff surrounding our team, which is Arsenal. Yeah, I know I say it all the time, but yeah, that intro, man, just hits me right to the bone. In a good way, in a good sense. Yeah, guys. So welcome back to Cannonfoddertv TV. Yeah, the channel for Arsenal fans. Almost forgot my line there. Yeah, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And make sure you subscribe to Cannonfoddertv TV on all platforms. Make sure you hit the notification button so you can receive all the latest, greatest news right here on this channel. Right, so get into it. Couple bits of these pieces of news I'm bringing to you today have filtered through over the last 4 to 5 days, I would say. But we're not going to rush into things. We'll read through it. If it's really newsworthy, then we will bring it to you. So the first bit of news is regards to the Greek warrior. Yes. Sokratis Arteta. I hope I've said that right. And this news is coming out from the 12th Man online. And it says that Arsenal's first team player is set to leave, falling out of favour with Arteta. So Arsenal defender Sokratis has fallen out of favour with the current gaffer, Mikel Arteta, as he insists to sit out. Yeah, he wants to sit out his contract. So no extension is looking for unless it's going to be mega bucks. And he'll be looking to leave. So Sokratis, who joined Arsenal in 2018, the ex-Dortmund defender was a crucial member of the Guns' defence. However, he is running out of favour in the first team. Arteta has picked him only 7 times under his regime. That sounds about right, yeah, because we haven't seen him really feature. I think probably since the game started back after the lockdown. The new Gunners boss seems to lay the trust in young defender. Sokratis may leave the club with his position in jeopardy. Moreover, the Greek defender is featuring out of position. That is true, actually. The last time, I think, was it against Olympiacos? He appeared to feature a lot more on the right hand side, where he's more of a central defender, isn't he? He has played in the right back. Yeah, see, is not his usual role to start in. Arteta has favoured David Luiz. Not sure why. Mustafi ahead of him. Moreover, Pablo Mari is on the verge of well, yeah, he made a couple of starts and now he's injured. And of course, we know that William Saliba will return from Saint Etienne with League One. Well, and the 32-year-old was a regular face under Unai Emery, but the tables have changed now since Arteta's appointment. Definitely, Arteta has bettered the ailing defence, which is true. And yeah, support suggests that Sokratis may face the axe. His contract does expire on next season, 2021, and defender is enlightened in his future. A move, well, yeah, like I said, he is actually saying, really, he doesn't want to move away from London, the London life. And what is it with these players, man? If the club wants you to move on, why should you? I mean, players get paid so much money these days, don't they? It's more like player power when you've got players saying literally, "Nah, I don't want to move on. I want to see out my last year of the contract here at Arsenal." And so, at what stage can we see the mentality at Arsenal change? It can't. It's supposed to be the other way around. The players are employees of Arsenal, PLC, yeah, football club. It's not the other way around. If I'm not doing something right, at work, my boss doesn't like it, or they think, you know, enough is enough. As much as I probably hate it, I'll have to leave. I'll have to go. It's just weird for me. Like, these players, it's player power. You know, I said yesterday that, you know, Sokratis is one of my favorite, you know, robust defenders. But you see now there's a change of the guard now. You know, new players have been brought in, and I thought that is just the way things go. Everyone has a shelf life, and so if your boss or your bosses are telling you it's time for you to go, then it's time for you to go. Anyway, I'm sure, you know, we're going to see less and less of Sokratis, and from what, if memory serves me right as well, that he had a clash. He had a clash with Guendouzi, Matteo Guendouzi. You know, out of the fallout, you know, it seemed like, you know, Matteo Guendouzi has borne the brunt even more so of apparently of his attitude, because I think there was a meeting between Sanheli and Edu and a board member and Arteta to give an opportunity to Matteo Guendouzi to kind of show that, you know, his repentance, and apparently he didn't go too well. You know, but these players, you know, it can't be the way where the player are dictating, you know, to the club, you know, whether they're going to stay, you know, or go. And there's one player in particular who's done that quite well. Has got down to an art form, but it's just strange times, really, really strange times. And yep, guys, you know, consider there's like 10 of you in just viewing this segment of Arsenal News Live, or live Arsenal News. Make sure you subscribe to cannonfoddertv and all platforms, or come into the chat and tell me, you know, how your feelings, not your personal feelings, but, you know, but your thoughts about Arsenal over the last season, and we're thinking about the FA Cup final come the 1st of August. Right, and the other bit of news is about this young chap, Smith-Rowe, who we put out on loan, yes, in our Huddersfield. And it says, again, according to the Metro Online, that Mikel Arteta hints at first-team role for impressive Arsenal loanee Emile Smith-Rowe. Mikel Arteta has hinted at first-team role and admits he's very pleased with the academy graduate. Smith-Rowe, who has made 12 appearances for the Gunners, was sent out on loan to Huddersfield Town earlier in the season and largely impressed, helping the Terriers avoid relegation. Arteta has been keeping a close eye on a 19-year-old. Yeah, he's 19 years of age. I remember when I was 19, no, just like the other day, who joined Arsenal at the age of 10. You know, you don't, I mean, personally, I don't factor in, you know, kind of, you got to visualize that these players, even though they're breaking through, they have been at Arsenal for years. Years. He's been at Arsenal since the age of 10. And he says he's excited to work with him ahead of the 2021 season. He's a player with a very specific qualities to play in those pockets in a position as an attacking midfielder, Arteta says about Smith-Rowe. Again, I don't like to make the comparisons, but if I had to make a comparison, it would be that he's very similar to a particular player that we let go of to Juventus. Yeah, Aaron Rambo. So Arteta goes to say, I'm very excited to work with him. I have been talking with him and I have followed him during his loan spell. I think he's someone who can be pretty impressive. I'm pleased by what I have seen. Well, he needed exposure and he looks more mature now. I think he will be in a much better place when he comes back in pre-season. Young players want to be important. They want to take part in important numbers. And I like that. He's in a good step and they can be important in the future, but it's really it's to them to decide that. So yeah, you know, he's talking to Smith-Rowe, you know, up a storm there, man. And I, for one, I would be happy to have Smith-Rowe. You know, I get the process. You know, you're at Arsenal for X amount of years. There is a small opportunity for you to get in the first team. You know, so if the coach or the manager is saying to you, go out on loan, you know, learn your trade, then come back, who wouldn't want to do that, man? Who wouldn't want to do that? But yeah, it seems like, you know, he's taken up, you know, the offer. well, he hasn't been given a choice, has he? He was sent to Huddersfield. But no, really, really good for him. Absolutely really good. I'm pleased for him. And yeah, I know he was on an upward trend before he got injured. I can't remember which game it was. I know it was in Europa League anyway this season. But yeah, he's since done really wonderful things for Huddersfield. But yeah, I mean, Smith-Rowe, yeah, the world is your oyster. Again, it's dependent on you how much really, you want to put into it. You've been at Arsenal since the age of 10, so 9 years, man, 9 years worth. Okay, and then the next bit of news, in threes. Um, this news actually came out last week as well. Joe Willock, he actually said that the Arsenal players were a bit skeptical when Mikel Arteta arrived. And again, this is coming out from the Metro Online. And Joe Willock says that Arsenal players were hesitant when Mikel Arteta arrived as Unai Emery's replacement, but those fears were eradicated when they saw what he is capable of. The Gunners were on a downward curve, and I'm not saying this is what the Metro is saying, under Unai Emery. And when the Spaniard was relieved of his duties at the end of November, there was an enormous pressure to choose the right successor. So we know, as a stopgap, Freddie Ljungberg was handed the reins temporarily, and the hierarchy poured over a decision until ex-Arsenal captain Arteta was eventually selected as the next boss. Me, myself, and I wanted an experienced coach as a stopgap to steady the ship. Emery wasn't my choice. My choice was Carlo Ancelotti. You might agree with me or disagree with me, but that was my choice. But anyway, I think Arteta was somewhere near the top 3 or 4 they wanted to choose. And as he rightly says, once he got the job, it probably wasn't the right timing, but he's got a lot of work to do, Arteta. But anyway, it goes on here to say that the former Man City coach has stuck with his non-negotiable demands, exiling players like Matteo Guendouzi, like I said, our number 10, for not meeting his high standards, while results and performances have also seen a marked improvement. But while the decision has so far proven to be a successful one, the Gunners midfielder Willock admits that there was an initial doubt in the Arsenal camp over Arteta's lack of experience. When he first came in, Willock says, we were a bit skeptical about what he could do. Obviously, he's a very young manager, Willock told the Beautiful Game podcast. Most of the players that play now have all played with him. So we were a bit hesitant on how to approach the situation, but we all met him with open arms, and we all thought, let's see what he has to offer. Yeah. I guess in one sense, Willock is right, because you are with one coach, you see him head to the exit door, and you got another person who's at the helm who doesn't have much coaching. Well, actually, no coaching experience. Well, managerial experience. And even if it was a manager with experience, you're still naturally anxious or hesitant to see what the manager has to offer. But I guess he's right. But we have to wait and see. What Arteta. At the end. Let's see what happens at the end. On the 1st of August. Are we going to be crying tears again? Is it going to be a repeat of Baku against Chelsea in the FA Cup final? But we have to wait and see. But I guess Joe Willock, I guess he's probably right. He's probably thinking, oh my goodness, what's he got to offer? Is he speaking for the players really, or is he speaking about himself? But I think Willock is right. It's natural to be, a little bit anxious or hesitant and worried to see what the coach or the manager has to bring to the table. Let me go into the comments box. There's been a few comments here, one of which is from Sandra Joseph. Good afternoon. I think you're out in India, so it'd be afternoon or late afternoon. And you say, who do you think I will play with Saliba next season? I'm not David Lewis's greatest of fans, to be honest. My back line would be Kieran Tierney. Kolasinac, I think, has to be shown the door. Right back, it's good to see that now Bellerin has, you know, two people who can play and fight for that position there. There's Suarez or Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So, you know, my pick of that bunch there really would be Suarez. He's two-footed. You know, he left-footed and right-footed. So that would be, I mean, with maybe with Chambers or Holder. So that would be my preferred back line there. You know, so yeah, Tierney, Saliba, Holding, Stroke, Chambers, and Suarez. That would be my back line there. I wouldn't have David Luiz anywhere near there. But again, that's just my opinion because you're asking a question as well. All right, cricket ball. Hey, Sokratis said that the money would never keep him. Yeah. Actually, I forgot to factor that in there as well. He actually said this. So thank you very much. Yeah, Sokratis said that the money would never keep him at a club. So if he needs to move on, he should this summer. Yeah. He said money really is no real object for him, whether he's going to stay or go. So you're right. Yeah. I think he should really go this summer, and he might go this summer. Looking at the players now, young players who can form now a solid back line. I think probably he's thinking, my time's up. I'm 31, 32. Yeah, and actually as well, I mean, I was going to say this in tomorrow's segment, that the news has come out, with Mustafi. He's going to be out. Now, he's not going to feature in tomorrow's game. Well, actually tomorrow, Sunday's game against Watford, and he's going to unfortunately miss the FA Cup final. Listen, I have been one of his biggest critic, and I will call it as I see it. If players play fantastic, I will say it, in post-game reactions. If they've had a terrible game, I will say it. But right back now, Mustafi has been really, really good. One of our strongest headers of the ball. And unfortunately, he suffered that injury there, and he won't feature now in the FA Cup final. So whatever you're thinking about him, I think personally, for any player to miss a final is very, very sad, But yeah, Sokratis, I hope he moves on. Give that space there to somebody else who could do an even better job than you've done. So thank you for your services, Sokratis Papastathopoulos. But I think your number's up. Could be, even though we saw his number featured on the Arsenal website. Sanjay Joseph goes on to say Smith-Rowe is similar to De Bruyne. Man, you're calling it big. That's high. That's high standards, man. Wow. You think it's similar to De Bruyne? Wow. Okay. Well, I think he's got to live up to that. Wow. My goodness. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, guys, do you think he's similar to De Bruyne? You come into the comments box and tell me what you think. Okay, and then Guna, our Ministry of Information. I need to take a drink. Which segment will see Ralph doing the ice bucket? You are such a troublemaker, aren't you? I imagine it will be the easy talk. It has to be the easy talk. Get the viewing numbers up. If I was unsure about what the Ministry of Information is talking about, my brother, who's my co-host, has been missing action of late. We have this ice bucket challenge, and the challenge was if Matteo Guendouzi would score a goal. He hasn't scored a goal, and I said he wouldn't score a goal. So, which means my brother's going to forfeit the ice bucket challenge, and I will make sure that it's 200 degrees below what he receives. Actually, it would be ice, wouldn't it? A big ice landed on his head. But yeah, it's most likely going to be the East Talk IG. So yeah. Right, guys. Just one more call to action. Those of you who are watching, make sure you subscribe to cannonfoddertv on all platforms. Hit the notification button so you can receive all the latest and greatest news right here on cannonfoddertv. So yeah, we know that Arsenal are going to be heading into the last Premier League game come tomorrow against Watford. And someone actually told me on cannonfoddertv about players coming back to haunt Arsenal. Well, we've seen about Troy Deeney and the Cojones comment. I forgot about Danny Welbeck. Is Danny Welbeck about to come back and haunt Arsenal? Guys, you can come in the comments box and tell me. Oh my goodness. We also just been talking about what we're talking about. We're talking about this chap here who says, actually, as Cricketball rightly says, that money is no object for him really, and he should really go at the end of this season, the transfer window. And we've been talking up this young chap here, who's said by Arteta said that he's been keeping an eye on this loanee who's currently playing at Huddersfield. Very impressed. And Sanjay Joseph says that he's similar to De Bruyne. Do you think he probably has a style, maybe similar, but he's got a lot to prove. He's been at Arsenal since the age of 10. Wow. And then we've also been talking about Joe Willock, who says that when Arteta came in, the players, like he's the spokesman for the players were skeptical of what Mikel Arteta could bring to the table. I guess, like I said before, that he's probably right in a sense that players will be naturally anxious or unsure about a new coach coming in and what they can really offer. But I think what he's alluding to, the point he's trying to make, is that Mikel Arteta doesn't have any managerial experience. So yeah, so again, we'll have to wait and see what happens at the end of the season. And we've also been talking about, really sad news in regards to Mustafi. Shkodran Mustafi will not feature tomorrow or for the FA Cup final. No matter what you're thinking or how you feel about his career at Arsenal, any player who has worked his socks off and arrives at the point just at the door, knocking on the door, arriving at a final, and he won't feature now due to the injury. So yeah, go back into the comments box just for the last time. David Luiz will be starting next season. Looks like Arteta is confident with him. In my opinion, Arsenal should play back three. If Luiz plays, he can't play in the back two. He does look a little bit more manageable further up the field. Just playing behind the midfield there. But what I just I don't like, there are quite a few things I don't like about David Luiz, is about he seems a little bit one-dimensional when he's on the ball, and he does slow down the play. I mean, for whether it's Tierney or Holden, I saw the other day, it's like we're not that progressive enough. The play goes for him mainly, and he's predictable. He's going to play a long ball. And which it's 50% is going to go out of play, and 50% it will end at Aubameyang's feet. And of that 50%, where it lands at Aubameyang's feet, 25% he won't be able to control the ball. So I just think with David Luiz, he's just a little bit one-dimensional. But that's your opinion. It's okay. It's all right. Anyway, he looks like De Bruyne. Okay, all right. That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. Having high hopes with Emile Smith-Rowe. Yep. Yeah, so am I. Yeah, I think it's time that we give this boy a good run. Could it be changing of the guard now? Arsenal, that certain players now are going to be shown the door, and it's time. It's time. We can see that the team needs to evolve. It's got to evolve, man. And then we've got Mr. Fury, has not come in the chat for the longest while. Mr. Fury, how are you? Good morning. I'm fine. How are you? Okay, right. I think I'm going to call this segment of live Arsenal news to an end. Just last call, make sure you subscribe to cannonfoddertv on all platforms. Hit the notification button so you can receive all the latest and greatest news right here on cannonfoddertv. We are going to be back tomorrow before the next and the last Arsenal game. Some news about when the season is going to start again, courtesy of DJ Fury and of myself as well. We try to keep ahead of the game. And there's also some breaking news in regards to Nicholas Anelka. Yeah, which is courtesy of my neph. I call him neph. So make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow. Yeah, some good, really interesting news. And yeah, that is it. You know, so on the day where we see and we hear that Shkodran Mustafi will miss now the FA Cup final and he won't feature tomorrow in the last Premier League game for Arsenal. Also, Emile Smith-Rowe, Mikel Arteta has been talking up a storm about this youngster. I, for one, I can't wait to see him. And of course, Joe Willock, where he says that the players were kind of hesitant about what Mikel Arteta could bring on his appointment at Arsenal as their newest head coach. Guys, if you've been wondering who or what you've been watching, you've been watching Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.